Hey, Sofrito Lovers, this is Ben Ramos. How are you? Yeah, I was gonna do an ASMR, but that's just not physically possible. Folks, I'm Boricua. You think I'm gonna be whispering and talking low? Are you kidding? My people come from a long line of bull-horned, big mouth, loud ass Puerto Ricans. I cannot do ASMR. Gotcha, guys. Gotcha. Love you guys. I am bringing you today an Indian food mukbang. This is delicious lamb biryani, which is a rice dish made with lamb. It can be made with any other protein. And it's cooked together, kind of like a Indian version of arroz con pollo or arroz con cerdo. In this case, it's lamb, so arroz con cordero, I believe. And this right here, this big old super orangey mass, is some sautéed and cooked vegetables. And I have some garlic naan. Oh my God, look. Oh, naan bread. I love Indian food. Naan is one of my favorites. I hope you're doing well. If you were expecting ASMR, got you. Trying to be cute. No, I'm not too sure when I'm gonna get into ASMR if I ever do. I may. I don't know. Please, I hope you're not mad. I hope you're not triggered in the wrong way. I'm just not gonna be doing tingles and trigger videos anytime soon. I'm just getting the swing of these mukbangs. Oh, the biryani is delicious. It's very spicy. Well, it's mild. Flavorful beyond belief. And the lamb is nice and soft. Sofrito Lovers, I hope wherever you are enjoying your meal and having a good time. I had a wonderful day today. Gonna get some veggies in. The veggies are super cooked. The sauce they're in is kind of mild. Look, mira. Super orange. Let me get into this garlic naan. David loves naan. David is not the biggest fan of a lot of breads, but naan is one of his favorites. He loves bread. Indian style bread. I think he loves papadum too. He loves it all. So do I. I am a bread boy. Sorry. If I ever found out I was gluten intolerant or any of that stuff, and they were like, you gotta say goodbye to bread, I'm like, no, not at all. Give me some stomach pills, I'll survive. I just want to do some Indian food. Haven't done any Indian food on the channel. Welcome to all the new Sofrito lovers. I want to give a shout out to Suave Boom. Suave, Berto, you are amazing. Thank you. Suave takes my videos. He shares them out whenever he can, and it's beautiful. And thank you for the support, the love, the solidarity. Thank you. Berto's the best. Suave Boom, Dolce Foodie. Mucho amor, mucho beso. Thank you for all the love and support. I got a lot of new Sofrito lovers because Suave shared some of my videos recently. Sofrito lovers that are new by way of Suave Boom, mucho amor, bienvenidos, welcome. I hope you liked my last tasting video. Suave gave me a good idea. I'm actually gonna go to some of the Mexican tiendas around here and get some of those Mexican candies and Mexican treats that they have. Like the gancitos and some of those little Mexican treats, the cremitas and all that stuff. I'm gonna put together a little tasting video of some of that stuff as well. Delicious Mexican candies and treats. That's gonna happen. That's gonna be a nice long tasting video for you guys. Maybe it's even a mukbang, who knows? Oh, so many Mexican tienditas around here with so much amazing confectionery and just these great little products that if you're not used to getting them, you don't know what they are, but they can be pretty delicious. He gave me the idea because he saw my tasting video and saw that the chacadals reminded him of gancitos. And I was like, oh, I should do something like that. I should do a tasting video and or a longer mukbang about Mexican treats. Last time, mucho amor, dolce foodie, suave boom. Enjoying some Indian food. I am not with David tonight. David is actually with his friends. He is going to see a cabaret show. Kind of a nice sedate night for myself. I have a bunch of things I need to write and work on. Still researching and figuring out the freelance writing thing, and I'm loving it. The research and everything that I'm researching and learning and thinking about has me extremely excited and motivated and inspired. Oh, really getting into it. Loving it. Quick little update on that. Gearing up for the summer. Summer camp starts in about 2 or 3 weeks. Gonna be 7 weeks of 12 to 14 hour days with those kids. It's a day camp. We don't go away. We stay in the city. Parents drop their kids off to the school where we're gonna be based at 8 o'clock, then pick them up by 6. Swimming, recreation, fine arts, dancing, gym, sports, science, reading, math, all of it. We're one of those camps that's, we fight the summer learning laws. Under our auspices, no kid will lose any of the skills they learned during the school year. Because that's the big deal in a lot of, mira. That's the big deal with kids. Over the summer, they lose a lot of skill, lose a lot of technical practice in writing and mathematics. They lose those skills because they're not practicing them. And then in September through October, they have to spend a lot of time relearning that stuff. But not with our camp. We fight the summer learning laws. They will think and write and do math and learn. Just feeling great. David is back in town. Last night, we cuddled up together and we were watching one of our favorite shows, FX. FX is Pose by Ryan Murphy. Season 2 premiered last night. Pose, oh my God, if you have not seen Pose, go FX on demand or Netflix, POSE. Catch last season. Oh my God, Pose is this beautiful, affirming, inspirational, motivational, amazing series written by Ryan Murphy that focuses on Afro-Latino, Black and Latino young men and women, queer, trans, non-binary, who were active in the ball scene. Last season, it was like in the mid to late 80s. Now this season, it starts off in 1990. Just how they were involved in the ballroom scene. You know, they were like voguing and doing all that, framing their faces, and just the ballroom scene and the history and the culture of that, and how the ballroom scene was developed because queer, trans, non-binary people of color never felt very invited or welcomed into a lot of queer white spaces. So they created their own spaces, and they created their spaces where they could dance and where they could show off their talent and show off their fashion, and voguing and whacking and posing and all of that stuff just developed. And this series, it just honors that memory, and it creates the narrative. It also creates this narrative about how working class people of color communities dealt with the AIDS crisis in the 80s. I mean, usually when we talk about the AIDS crisis in the 80s, it's a very white, gay, male-focused narrative. And in Pose, you have all these queer, non-binary gendered, trans folks talking about what it was like to be poor working class, to be black, to be Afro-Latino, to be Latino during that period of time, and how they navigated, survived, supported each other in the ballroom scene. And it's so beautiful. It's so affirming, it's so acknowledging. It rescues a history that is often ignored. It's just beautiful. David and I love this show. We fell in love with it last year. Last season, it was on like Sunday nights at 9 or 10. David and I have never missed, no matter what was happening that weekend. FX, either 9 or 10 o'clock, whenever it came on, we were watching Pose, and we were like, I don't Vogue. But you watch it and you just want to frame your face and you just want to feel your oats. So last night's season 2 premiered. It was incredible. It's an amazing narrative. They're going into the 90s. It's a period piece, like I said. And first season was about kind of like the mid to late 80s, and now it's 1990. And I can't wait for this season to really unfold. One of the stars is Billy Porter, which some of you might remember from like American Horror Story Apocalypse. He played I think the only black warlock. Billy Porter, who has a huge Broadway history, an amazing singer and dancer, an actor. I mean, he plays like the ballroom announcer named Pray Tell, and someone deeply affected by his HIV status and how he's seen so many of his friends and colleagues die of AIDS. It's just an amazing story that they're writing for him. And again, a story that's rarely ever told. Whenever we think about AIDS in the 80s and 90s in the queer community, again, very white, middle class, or white working class narrative. This one is not. And it talks about how the ballroom scene really did become supportive of a lot of our brothers and sisters and folks who don't identify as brothers or sisters, and their fight to survive and thrive amidst a crisis that was ignored by the government and on many levels of medical institutions. Ooh, wow, I'm getting deeply political. Pose. Beautiful. Just, framing your face and it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Netflix, FX on demand, catch season 1. What was yesterday? Tuesday? Tuesdays at 10 o'clock on FX. Catch it. It's beautiful. It's artistic. It's sensitive. It's powerful. I watched last night and I made me think about what I can do right now. We are still in the middle of a crisis, HIV infection amongst queer people, especially queer people of color, is still pretty high. It may not be the 80s anymore, but it doesn't mean that the movement has stopped. Kind of made me think, it's been a few years since I've done AIDS Walk. It's been a few years since I volunteered with Latino Commission on AIDS. Need to get back involved. Need to do something. Maybe I need to do an article, a piece, for my freelance writing. Where are we now today? Juxtaposing that with what we see in Pose. I have personally lost a few people to AIDS. And watching Pose last night really brought back some memories about some folks that are no longer with us. And an obligation that I kind of feel, personal obligation that I feel to do more to raise awareness. Maybe, some volunteer time with the Latino Commission on AIDS is in the future. Maybe an article, maybe some of my freelance work. Where are we in 2019 when I've read so much about how young people act like getting HIV is just, a happenstance. Oh, I got HIV, might as well just take pills. It's almost, they take it like if it's a light, like if it isn't important, like if it isn't life altering. It's almost like, okay, got HIV, got to get on those meds, keep it moving. See what we can do to talk to some young people about changing that mentality. So many brilliant people, so many brilliant artists and academics and community organizers and community activists were lost because this virus, this crisis was not taken seriously. Ooh, wow, I am deeply political. Watch pose. I want to keep it nice, light, and airy. Watch pose. Beautiful, beautiful queer history. All you straight subscribers, we're in the middle of Pride. Watch pose, learn a little bit of snippet to some degree of queer people of color history. It's a 50th anniversary of Stonewall towards the end of the month. Many people don't know that if it wasn't for a trans Latina and black drag queen, non-gender binary sister, Stonewall would never have happened. Again, a narrative that's often ignored. There was that movie about Stonewall that basically totally ignored all the people of color who basically started that revolution that night. Oh my God, I'm deeply political. I'm sorry. I try to keep my mukbangs nice, light, and airy. Watch pose, learn some good history. David is back in town. My bear is home. And for the last couple of days, we've been snuggling and cuddling and kissing and smooching and doing all sorts of lovey-dovey bear stuff. Because my bear is home. He had a wonderful run on Hi, My Name is Ben at the Godspeed Theater, Godspeed Company. And now he's home for the rest of June, all of July. Then on his birthday, he heads out to Sacramento to be in the Heights, to be the Piragua guy on In the Heights. He leaves on his birthday, August 5th. And then about 2 or 3 weeks later, my camp ends. Actually, like 2 weeks later. Yeah. About 2 weeks later, my camp ends. A couple of days after camp, we're going to move all of our stuff back to our offices in our real school. And then I'm going to head to California to be with him for that last week. So I'm going to get to see him in the Heights again, which I've seen him previously, but always love seeing my bear perform. It is almost time for me to get another little second helping of this delicious rice dish. I'm going to be careful, even though basmati rice is not as carb heavy as regular white rice. Still can have too much, but I want some more. It was really good. Mira, have I ever finished anything on one of these mukbangs? I don't know. Mira, Sofrito Lovers. So I'm ranting and raving and all over the place. If you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe, click the notification bell, share it with your friends. Go out there, have some delicious Indian food. Go out there, go taste for yourself. Follow me on my blog, sofritoinmysoul.blogspot.com. Follow me on all my social media, Sofrito in My Soul on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go taste for yourself. Go watch Pose. Con mucho amor.